she hasn't lost her humor.
She thinks that you have a good sense of humor. Oh, maybe.
So when her daughter, Lydia Gukic, was forced to find her 93-year-old mother a nursing facility in the Bay Area.
That was the hardest thing.
Okay. Right after her mother settled in, Gukic says she got a call. Her mother was being aggressive. She says the caretaker made a recommendation.
She said, but we have this medication that has worked for other patients.
That's when her mother started a regimen of a cocktail of drugs, antipsychotics, muscle relaxers, and that personality went away.
I can't describe it. She would explain to me that she was seeing bugs. I knew that this was a side effect of a drug. She was seeing the like kaleidoscope. So it sounded like somebody was on a
Drug trip.
LSD trip is what it sounded like. Oh, it was terrible.
Did you feel pressure to get those medications for your mother?
Yes, because that was the going thing. That's how they dealt with this kind of thing.
And Celia Christian isn't alone. According to a new report by Human Rights Watch, more than 179,000 dementia nursing home residents nationwide are given antipsychotic drugs without a proper medical reason.
It is unacceptable. Using antipsychotic drugs inappropriately and as chemical restraints is prohibited by federal law. And yet it persists because of an enforcement problem.
Hannah Flam is the lead researcher on the report. She visited more than 100 facilities across the U.S., including in California.
I interviewed one woman who said that every time her mother cried out because she had a urinary tract infection, because she had a pulmonary embolism, because she was sitting in her own urine, the facility tried to slap her with antipsychotic drugs.
State data shows California ranks 4th lowest in the nation for nursing home residents taking antipsychotic drugs, even though they don't have schizophrenia, Huntington disease, or Tourette's. Those are the 3 conditions where such drugs would be appropriate. Since 2012, California has improved. The percentage is down, but Flam says it's still a widespread, dangerous, and even deadly problem.
In fact, the government has issued its strongest warning against using these drugs in older people with dementia because they make it almost twice as likely that a person dies within 10 weeks.
Two investigators wanted to find out which Bay Area nursing facilities showed red flags according to federal data. Although no facilities are named in the report, our team obtained a government list showing almost 24 local facilities with a high percentage of residents taking the medications. But some on the list say there are legitimate reasons why percentages are high. For instance, they have fewer residents, and they specialize in treating patients who need those drugs for approved diseases. Human Rights Watch says many facilities are giving the drugs for appropriate reasons, but the state isn't investigating to make sure.
The problem is the government is failing to enforce the law, and the industry is getting away with it.
Do you remember the things you saw on the ceiling, on the walls? Oh, she doesn't. I don't want to remember them. Yeah, okay.
For Celia Christian, life is better now, off the drugs and at a different nursing home. Her humor is back.
What's she saying? Is she having that trouble?
No. She has so much personality and hopefully not going anywhere soon.
She thinks you have a great personality. Somewhere.
In almost every case where researchers saw drugs used inappropriately, they say there were no penalties to that facility. We reached out to the California Department of Public Health, the agency here in California that regulates nursing homes. They said in a statement, in part, the California Department of Public Health has worked in partnership with skilled nursing facilities, patient advocate groups, federal regulators, and other specialists. We recognize there is more work to do and will continue our strong efforts in the months and years ahead. And Frank and Julie, the department has, in fact, significantly reduced the number of Californians inappropriately using these drugs in these nursing facilities, but it's still a big problem.
Yeah, it's not just happening here in California, it's happening everywhere in every state. Is it not just doctors who prescribe the medications, but can nursing home staff prescribe medicines as well?
Well, usually it's only a doctor, but sometimes in some nursing facilities, they have doctors or certain staff that can prescribe. In the case that we looked at here with that one woman we spoke to, she says that She heard that her mother was being aggressive and got it from the caretaker. She wasn't there. What other information does she have? She goes to her doctor, gets the medication, and learned that she really needed a second opinion.
So nice to see the personality come back.
Oh, she is hilarious.
Yeah.
We were just cracking up the entire time, so it's really great for the whole family to have her back.
Candace, thank you.